And you're welcome to another Saturday news review on NT Lagos Channel 10 at 7. I am Oluwabukola Akande. First, we move to the news review in proper. President Bola Tinubu is reassuring Nigerians of his commitment to the moral and constitutional obligations to preserve democracy and protect the rights, freedom, and liberties of the citizens. In his address to commemorate this year's Democracy Day, the president equally pledges to do what is necessary to cement democracy as a way of life in the country. Also, the 25th Democracy Day anniversary celebration came to the climax with colorful parade to commemorate an unprecedented milestone in Nigeria's democratic journey. President Bola Tinubu was a special guest of honor at the silver anniversary celebration held at Eagle Square, Abuja. Our State House correspondent, Musbao Dan Wahab, reports.
1 year in office, clearly enough for President Bola Tinubu now to celebrate the country's Democracy Day for the first time in this elaborate manner. Even more significant is the progress in the democratic journey in the country. 25 years uninterrupted and still counting. Now, no one values this feat more than the man who equally felt the consequences of seeking the government of the people under the government of a strongman in khaki. Yet, a certain unique figure in uniform ensured the return of democracy in 1999. 25 years down the lane, not only the political class, their guests and other Nigerians present, the men of the armed forces and the police will now take the responsibility of protecting the hard-earned democracy also made the anniversary celebration this colorful. No speech here, but the parade parties did the talking with their brilliant performances. All to the admiration of a special guest of honor and other spectators. And on this special day, no gift gets bigger for the special guest than the largest portrait ever anywhere in the world. In Abuja, Musbao Dan Wahab, NT News.
Moreover, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has enjoined Nigerians, particularly Lagos residents, to remain steadfast, united as one great people with a common goal and continue to have faith in the renewed hope agenda of the President Bola Tinubu-led administration. The governor, represented by the Deputy Governor, Obafemi Hamzat, was speaking at this year's commemoration of Democracy Day in Lagos. The report.
Day in Nigeria is to commemorate the sacrifice made by the acclaimed winner of June 12, 1993 election, the late MKO Abiola, which later paved the way for the return to civil rule on May 29, 1999. At the Democracy Day event, which took place at late Chief Moshood Abiola's residence in Ikeja, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, stressed the need to sustain democracy in Nigeria so that the struggles of the nation's founding fathers and heroes of democracy will not be in vain.
We must resolve our differences without violence, without too much rigidity. That's what it means. So all of us, labor, NGO, government must understand that. That's the essence of democracy.
In her part, the daughter of late Chief Moshood Abiola, Lola Abiola Edewo, noted that the legacies of her father will continue to live on. She appealed to Nigerians to support President Bola Tinubu in actualizing his vision for Nigeria.
All of his plans is already mapping them out before us. So if we give him time, I'm sure that by the end of these 4 years, we will be glad that it is him we chose.
I can boldly say that we are gradually moving towards the vision set by our own Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Under his watch, we started the construction of the very first BRT system, and that was from Mile 2 to CMS.
There was laying of wreath at the tomb of late Chief Moshood Abiola in memory of the struggles fought by the Nigerian hero.
Late Chief Abiola, a Nigerian hero who fought tirelessly for democracy, celebrating his vision, leadership, and resilience that continue to inspire future generations.
In Lagos, S.A. Owamaka, NT News.
Speaker of House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas has congratulated Nigerians on the occasion of Democracy Day and celebrate 25 years of unbroken democracy in the Fourth Republic. Speaker Abbas says the country has evolved in the past 25 years and the dividends of democracy are bound to reach more Nigerians. It says this year's celebration is significant in the life of the National Assembly as it also marks 1 year of the 10th Assembly. Speaker Abbas enjoins Nigeria across tribes and religions, genders and age groups to continue to contribute a quota to the growth and development of the country, as well as support government at all levels. Still on Democracy Report, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, on behalf of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, facilitates with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, and all Nigerians on the occasions of Democracy Day celebration. In a statement, General Musa reaffirms the unwavering commitment and loyalty of the Armed Forces of Nigeria to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the President, Commander-in-Chief. The Chief of Defense Staff notes that the armed forces are dedicated to supporting the growth of democracy in Nigerians and collaborate with subnationals to entrench constitutional governance. General Christopher Musa acknowledges the sacrifices made by members of the armed forces in various theaters of operation across the country, which is evidence of the commitment to the unity and growth of Nigeria, and urges personnel to uphold the tenets of democracy, safeguard citizens' rights, and ensure a peaceful and secure environment for all. General Christopher Musa also appealed to all Nigerians to remain positive towards the challenges being faced and to support the military in the fight against all acts of terrorism and criminality. The CDS wishes President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and all Nigerians a happy Democracy Day celebration. And before we go on break, former Secretary General of the Commonwealth Chief Emeka Anyaoku has called for a more people-oriented constitution in Nigeria. He made the call at the conference on June 12 rally held in Lagos. Diana Anjale tells us more.
Before the announcement of June 12 as Democracy Day by President Muhammadu Buhari in 2018 to officially recognize late Chief Moshood Abiola's contributions to the nation's struggle for democracy across the country, the day was only marked in Lagos State.
Prayer is for us to have a country.
Celebrating June 12 as Democracy Day is now a national affair that brings more people on board to reflect on the significance of the day while charting ways of advancing the cause of democracy in Nigeria.
A full democracy correlates to economic freedom. Economic freedom correlates to innovation and enterprise.
The June 12 movement is not just a gathering of talking or a memory of the departed. It is an appreciation of the past, a consciousness of the present, and a rightful projection of the future.
The event climaxed with the laying of wreath by the graveside, led by the former Secretary General, Commonwealth, Chief Emeka Anyaoku, at MKO Abiola's residence, displaying their unwavering love for a man who laid down his life and that of his beloved wife for the sake of democracy in Nigeria.
The fact that he was a Democrat and believed in democracy is what we should be recalling today and what we should be pledging ourselves to continue to struggle for.
That they left everything to honor a man that's been long gone. I can't say thank you enough. I thank General Muhammad Buhari, who came out publicly to, finally recognize the fact that there was once a man called MKO Abiola.
The 2024 Democracy Day celebration had the theme, Securing the Future of Nigeria Through a Democratic People's Constitution. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
Nigerian to sustain democratic governance, the legislative arm of government must remain a beacon of hope to their constituents and serve as an alternative dispute resolution mechanism for effective dispensation of social justice. Speaker, Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, stated this at a national discourse on Nigeria's 25 years of unbroken democratic governance in Lagos. Musa Toliet has the details.
Returned to democratic governance in 1999, several efforts have been made to nurture democracy at all levels of government. This national discourse, organized by the Lagos House of Assembly, is aimed at appraising the 25 years of uninterrupted democratic governance in Nigeria and the role of Legislative Assembly to sustain civil rule in the country.
We must continue to promote democratic values, protect human rights, and ensure that our democracy remains perpetual unbroken.
The need to set the record straight on federalism, economic perspective of democratic governance, understanding Nigeria's foreign policy in a democracy, as well as the role of women in nation building were discussed.
Nigeria is not a federal state, it's a unitary state. But I disagree with them, they are wrong. We are a federal state. It's multi-level law enforcement. That was absent, and I'm happy that the matter of state police is now on the table. Again, we are making progress, in my view, towards a more perfect union.
The importance of this second leg of democracy is about having due regard for investors in the economy. Building an economy that is inclusive, getting the private sector involved in policy making, getting good feedback from them.
Foreign perspective on Nigeria's democratic governance and relations with international community was also accommodated.
Nigeria's democratic resilience and significant influence in West Africa can serve as an example to other nations seeking to strengthen and protect their own democracies.
The intellectual discourse soon paved way for the celebration of Nigeria's 25 years of unbroken democratic governance. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
And now we begin on the short break. After the timeout, the news continues. Please stay tuned.
Customers' needs are our priority. We give you all the attention you need. With us, our customers are king. Located at kilometer 40, Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, Ijoko, Ogun State. Sono Plastics Limited. We're just a phone call away. Contact us through 080-2783-5332. You can reach us through any of our lines and social media handles. Sono Plastics Limited. Come, let us treat you like a king.
Categories. How do you stay winning?
Simple. I keep my eyes on the game.
And if you're just joining us, you're watching Saturday News Review on NTA Lagos Channel 10 at 7. Now we proceed to the stories that made headlines during the week. The federal government has declared Monday 17th and Tuesday 18th June 2024 public holidays to mark this year's Eid al-Adha celebration. In a statement, the Minister of Interior, Oluwabukola Akande, congratulates all Muslims Ummah at home and abroad on this occasion. He calls on the Muslim Ummah to continue to imbibe the spirit of peace, kindness and sacrifice as exemplified by Prophet Ibrahim, peace be unto him, and to also use the period to pray for unity, prosperity, and the stability of the country. While wishing the Muslim Ummah a happy Eid al-Adha celebration, the minister shows that the administration of President Bola Tinubu is committed to safeguarding the lives and the property of all Nigerians. 13 widows of men of the Nigerian police force in Lagos State and 8 children have benefited from the health insurance and scholarship scheme launched by the wife of the Inspector General of Police, Elizabeth Egbetokun. Joy Ken Abapoya reports that the initiative will strengthen the abilities of the beneficiaries to overcome challenges and take control of their lives. The report.
A widow and her son are some of the beneficiaries of the empowerment scheme initiated by the wife of the Inspector General of Police in Lagos. She says a burden has now been lifted off her shoulders after facing financial challenges since she lost her husband, a Nigerian police officer, years ago.
It's not be easy. I be going to hospital spending money, even where I did operation and be spending money for hospital.
So we thank God for this scholarship. God will bless our nation, all the police wives, all the leaders.
The health insurance and scholarship scheme for widows of police officers, according to the wife of the Inspector General of Police, Elizabeth Egbetokun, is aimed at improving the well-being of their families.
These awards symbolize our deep appreciation and unwavering support for the families who stand behind our brave officers.
The widow, as we know, loses their health insurance benefit with the untimely demise of their husband, making access to health care unduly costly for them.
Acknowledging the sacrifices made by Nigerians' fallen heroes in securing peace and unity for the nation, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by his special advisor on internal audit, Oyeyemi Ayola, appealed to relevant stakeholders to continue to strive for a society where every police officer and their family can thrive and prosper.
It is very paramount that as you are providing comprehensive insurance and health facilities to all police families, that the medical needs of all these police officers is going to improve effectiveness of our police officers in Nigeria.
The health insurance and scholarship scheme for widows and children of police officers is expected to be replicated in other states of the Federation. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakoya, NTA News.
About 20 suspects has been paraded for various crimes, with one Mr. Ambushed, nabbed for production of adulterated cough syrup for children, and an ex-convict, Samson Session, who terrorizes road users around Abeokuta Expressway. The Police Public Relations Officer, Zone 2, Command Headquarters, Onikon, Lagos, Superintendent Tuni Umar Ayuba, also said one suspect, a chef, stole goods worth 40 million naira from his boss in Lagos, but was apprehended in Benue State. Amaka Okwo reports.
Alleged to have committed various crimes are currently under investigations. About 15 out of the 20 paraded suspects were involved in various cases such as armed robbery, kidnapping, production of adulterated cough syrup, among other forms of theft. 50-year-old Samson Sheson is an ex-convict who spent 8 years behind bars before being released, but has continued to terrorize especially dealers of food items along Abeokuta Expressway. The Police Public Relations Officer says the notorious suspect had 2 locally made pistols in his possession and was alleged to have shot a victim currently battling for survival. While commenting on other cases involving the paraded suspects, she revealed that this 27-year-old lady who worked as a house help in Aja axis of Lagos connived with her boyfriend and stage managed her kidnap for 5 million naira ransom.
Upon investigation, it was discovered that the person who was arrested as a soft target directed the policemen to a place in Ikorodu, where upon search, they were apprehended herself, her boyfriend, and then another person who is said to be her cousin.
She pleaded with him to release me. He now said no, except since she sent money, she was able to raise 50,000 naira.
This man specializes in producing counterfeit cough syrup for children. It was also discovered that he was in